Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be looking at some cut Coromon content. Now, that said, we do have post-launch updates coming, therefore, some of these, quote, cut Coromon could make their way into the game. However, as of right now, they are unused. There is a section for this on the official wiki. However, I did notice that it does skip out on a few that were modified significantly. So this video is going to be both interesting to see what could have been, but also may act as a look into what is to come in post-launch updates, as we know some previously planned Coromon will be coming later. That said, let's dive in. Alright, so if we go over to the Coromon wiki, we can see a full list of unused Coromon. Now, the thing about this list is that some of these don't have images, and honestly, like, when I found this page, I even saw some of these names, and I was like, I have never frickin' heard of these. So, the first one's Glop Drop. I have never heard of this Coromon. It's only been mentioned twice ever in the Discord. I couldn't find anything on the Facebook page about this. It's supposedly a normal type. I have no idea what this thing is. But after that, we have Citadel, which is a Coromon that I think a lot of you may have seen. This is a basically a sand type that would have, you know, presumably existed within the desert. So they have all the forms and everything. I'm actually quite surprised this thing didn't make it into the game because it, like, sprite-wise, it looks very complete. I could definitely see this being one of the Coromon that ends up making its way back. You also have its evolution, Cassadile, which same thing. Seems to be very done. We don't have any back sprites for it, so that could be maybe part of it. Again, we have all three variants. Looks pretty nice, you know, cool design. Maybe they thought it was too similar to Sandscale. That's the only thing I can think of. Next, we have Fortigator, which is the final form to this line. And again, he's a cool looking Coromon, so, you know, it'd be nice to see him make his way into the final game via updates. This next line, and I know Coromon has a lot of bugs. I don't know if that's maybe why they decided not to bring it, but like this next line I really personally really like. So the Vespet line. So you have Vespet, you have its various forms. Its potent form, by the way, is friggin' gorgeous, okay? Potent form's amazing. Then you have Venhorn, which is its evolution. We don't have any alternate color schemes for this. Then you have Venax, which is its final form, which, I mean, looks pretty cool. I would have really liked to see this one make its way in. I mean, it's probably a normal type, and that's the only thing I could see, like, kind of holding the bug types, or the bug Coromon back, is that they don't have their own, like, typing. I understand why they don't, but anyway. So next we have Rybot, and we knew Rybot was supposed to have an evolution as well. So Rybot's another one that's kind of in the same vein as, like, Patterbit, I'm guessing. Another one I'd really like to see in the game. I really like its design. I think it's really cool. We don't have any forms for it or anything like that, but definitely something cool. And then it's supposed to evolve into something called Rydroid, which we don't have an image for. Another one, a water type that, again, I have never heard about, I couldn't find any information about, is Dreamfin. A water type that never made it. And then we have a fire type named Toro. I'm assuming Toro was the original evolution for Mino or something. But again, I could not find any information about it. Then we have the legendary Coromon, which I could see all three of these coming back, and I think I know why they weren't included. So the thing about a legendary is in Coromon, legendaries don't work because the database gets filled up by you catching all variants of the Coromon. It's not like Pokemon where it's like, well, you don't need the shiny to complete the Pokedex. Coromon, there's three different sections to their version of the Pokedex, the database. There's standard, there's potent, there's perfect. How are you supposed to get a perfect Twigon if you already caught a potent one, or a standard one, or vice versa, right? So I think these are going to become normal Coromon. There's no more legendaries, but again, these are Coromon that I think would be really cool if they had their own, like, special area where you could find them. Maybe there's like a boss battle or something that leads into a cave where you can find them or something like that. But the first one is a ghost type one, Zombine, which I think this thing looks dope. It's like a ghost dragon. You even have the back sprite. Very nice. Like this is I think this is an awesome design. It's kind of obscure. I definitely like it. Next we have Twigon. Twigon is just pure sexiness. It's like an ice sky dragon thing. It's just amazing. Its perfect form is absolutely beautiful. Like if I were to perfect hunt any Coromon, I mean, I have perfect hunted a few, but like this would be top priority right here. Gold Dragon Let's go. So this one doesn't have a back sprite, but I really want to see that one. And then even Driasa, I think is how you pronounce it. It's like a Medusa. It's like a Medusa Coromon, right? This thing's sick. I think this thing's really cool. It's got the fire staff. Its staff has kind of like a snake head. It's got the snake hair. I really like it. And this is a really nice form too. Look at the green fire on that. Beautiful. This really takes that like sort of demonic look. And we even got back sprites for it. So there you go. I definitely want to see all of these Coromon eventually make their way into the game, whether it be through the free post-launch updates or whether it be through DLC. I don't care. I will pay because these things look cool. We also have a few that aren't sort of called out here, or they might be here, but I'm going to use the old wiki because that's how I found them originally. So Houndtreon, this is what he looks like. This is the old wiki page, by the way. This is what Houndtreon, the original back sprite they released, looks like. It used to be like almost like a dragon dog. And like, if I'm being completely honest, I think this version looks cooler. So this is less cut Coromon and more like beta Coromon content. We're kind of like treading a line here, but I did want to show off some of the Coromon at least. This is just a list of the Coromon. Then we have Megalobite. So this is one that you probably all know about. Megalobite was not initially this thick. Well, he was thick, but he wasn't jacked, all right? This is a Megalobite's original design. A lot of people didn't like it, so they changed it. I personally like the new one better, but I just feel like his old sprites are going to waste. I wouldn't be against him having like a split evolution for him or something like that. I know it might be a little unfair because like the other starters don't, but like Megalobite's the coolest starter, let's be real. Next we have Megachala, and this was originally going to be the third form of the, I forget, the Fiddly line. This is originally going to be the third form of the Fiddly line, and there was going to be a middle stage in between, but as you know, we got Usaclaw, so there's no whatever this thing is anymore. I think this thing also looks pretty cool. I think I like it better than Usaclaw, but Usaclaw is pretty cool too. So I could see this being a middle stage, to be honest. And if we go to the Facebook page, this is a treasure trove for like beta and unused Coromon content in general. Look at, what is this? I have never seen this before. You know, he used to be on the, well, actually I lied. I have seen him. He used to be on the cover alongside like a different Blizzbird. Like a beta version of Blizzbird, and then Taruga. So from here we could see like Taruga was probably the first design starter, but yeah, this yellow rabbit guy is really cool. And then there's a ton of like old reveals. So like you can tell some of these, like that's Digma. This is that ghost thing that's already in the game. I can't remember its name. This is an old screenshot of what the battle scene used to look like, with an old Rhino Buzz. This is we got Shimshell. I think this might be one of the Jella family line things. We got Embavel up here. Then we have this. I don't know if that's Lampire. Looks like it could be Lampire. You have some other ones like this doesn't look like this might be Armadillo, like an old version of it, but it doesn't look like it. There's some really obscure looking ones like this. Like I don't recall seeing anything like that. This is the Medusa one. This looks kind of like I don't recall seeing a ghost type that looks like this either. Like there's a lot of really interesting designs that might have changed. Like is this supposed to be Gauss Slime? A Gauss Slime evolution or something? This might be a different variation of Millodont's smallest form. You also have another one from the Jella line. There's a Rhino Buzz one here. There's this. This is definitely not a Coromon we have now. You even have some old beta screenshots of how the lab used to look. There was another pretty cool one too. There's like a remember Umbra Noctis isn't in the game anymore. Well, this was one of their camps. This presumably looks like it's on Donor Island. So that's pretty cool as well. Old screenshot of the Dex. It was even called the Dex back then. This, whatever this is, beautiful. It's like some sort of dragon thing. I think it's supposed to be Blizzbird's original evolution, actually, now that I look at it. So maybe not a dragon. This, like, what even is this? there's so many Coromon here that just like I think this might have been the original in Bavel. Looks very different, more rounded, maybe with something at the top instead of what we got. This looks like a beta Pergy. And this is probably the second stage of Fiddly. We also got that, so that's a house. So this looks like it was like the place where you get the multi. Like this is something that was not in the game. There was no shack like that. Whatever the heck this is, this thing looks like a friggin' ultra beast. Yeah, there's just so many designs that just have either changed to the point where they're unrecognizable. Like this is Lampire, so that other one might have been Lumisect from before, but I don't even know. There's just so many, and then like this little bird, this is still cool. It's Infinite. We got Infinix here. So the further up we go, the more you could see like this is the multi pre-evolution, or maybe it is multi. I can't remember the names now. We got AC up here. This is DC, the Cloud. So as you get higher up, like you start to see more. But here again, so there's Caradune. So you can see that like as we get further, we're starting to see stuff that like is recognizable within the game. This is a Vespet Line again. We never got them. Twigon's here. Just tons of interesting stuff. Like if you go to the Coromon Facebook page, there's a lot of interesting stuff that we just like we never got. But then we're at like the top now, so that's pretty much it on that front. But that's pretty much like the gist of the unused content that I really wanted to sort of get to. Let's just go back to Twigon while we do the outro here because he's sexy. That's pretty much the gist of it. I'm sure we could find like screenshots of in-game stuff that have completely changed that you could consider unused. I remember there was like a tropical island. I don't know if you'd consider that more beta content or just unused in general, but there's a lot of monsters that have just aren't in the game anymore, and I'd really love to see some of them brought back or even brought to Coromon 2. It'd be really cool to see that sort of like Gen 1 Pokemon where like there was a lot of designs that were meant for red and blue but ended up in gold and silver. Really cool to see something like that. But anyways, let me know if you guys found this video interesting. If you did, definitely make sure to like and subscribe. I put out new videos every single day, Coromon, monster taming, and what have you. So definitely do that. You can also check me out on Patreon, my Twitter, my Discord, all links below. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.